another Sabbath. Jesus is in the synagogue, and there was there a man with a shriveled hand. Now, some people were looking for a reason to accuse Jesus. Here they watched closely to see if he would heal on the Sabbath. Jesus said to the man, "Stand up in front of everyone." And then he asked them, "What is lawful to do on the Sabbath? To do good or to do evil? To save life or to kill?" But they remained silent. Jesus was filled with anger, and looking around, deeply distressed at the stubbornness of their hearts, he said to the man, "Stretch out your hand." The man stretched out and saw his hand restored. Then the Pharisees left and began to plot with the Herodians how they might kill Jesus. Jesus went up the mountainside to call to him those that he wanted. He called 12, that they might be with him and that he might send them out to preach and have authority over demons. And these were the names of the 12 he appointed. Simon, to whom he gave the name Peter. James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John, to whom he gave them the names Boanerges, which means sons of thunder. Andrew, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James, son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon, the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. Whilst Jesus was in a home, some people came to him, and the crowds that gathered were so large that he and his disciples could barely even eat. When his family heard about this, they went to take charge of him, for they said, "He has lost his mind." And when the chief priests came down from Jerusalem, they said, "He is possessed by Beelzebul. It is by the prince of demons he drives out demons." Overhearing their words, Jesus called them to him, and he began to teach them in parables, saying, "How can Satan drive out Satan? If a kingdom is divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. If a family is divided against itself, that family cannot stand. And if Satan opposes himself, and is himself divided, he cannot stand. His end has already come. In fact, nobody can enter the house of a strong man without first tying him up. Only then can he plunder the strong man's house. Truly, I tell you, all sins and every slander uttered can be forgiven. But those who blaspheme against the Holy Spirit will never be forgiven. They are guilty of an eternal sin. Now, he said this because some were saying, "He has an impure spirit." Then Jesus, his mother, and brothers arrived, and they waited outside and sent somebody in to get him. Jesus was surrounded by crowds, and somebody said, "Your mother and brothers are outside looking for you." "Who are my mother and brothers?" he said. And then looking around at those seated in a circle around him, he said, "Here are my mother and brothers. Those who do God's will are my brothers and sisters and mother."